Just take 5 seconds of your day to do this small habit that will save you from bad breath and toxins. Most people don't realize how much bacteria is living in their mouth. And if you don't clean it daily, you're actually swallowing these toxins every single day. These toxins can make you feel bloated, tired, have bad breath, and even kill your immune system. So today we are going to uncover the truth about your tongue and why it's so important to scrape it daily. You know, most people think the reason they have bad breath is because they're not flossing or brushing their teeth enough. And yes, those are very important. But what you may not realize is that your tongue holds more bacteria than all the other teeth combined. So if you're struggling with bad breath, halitosis, you might want to look at your tongue. Now, when was the last time you looked at your tongue? What did you see? Did you notice any signs of white coating? Some of you may be thinking, who cares if I have a white coating on my tongue? It doesn't really bother me. Well, what you need to know is that the white coating on your tongue is full of bacteria, toxins, and digestive waste. And the longer you leave it, the worse it gets. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you cleaned your tongue? Or maybe you've never cleaned your tongue before. Well, here's the problem. This white coating on your tongue is created by an overgrowth of bacteria. And this bacteria is actually eating away at your mucus and dead cells. And then guess what? It's leaving behind its own cells, which ends up creating a breeding ground for more bacteria and more problems. So if you don't clean your tongue, you're actually swallowing these bacteria daily. And some of these bacteria can be harmful. In fact, there's been many studies that show a link between chronic tonsillitis and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, also known as COPD. Now, even if you don't smoke and you don't drink alcohol and you don't have a history of smoking, just having bad breath or a coated tongue alone could be a sign of a serious problem. I mean, let's face it, you wouldn't want to get close to someone who had bad breath, right? Let's say you go in for a job interview, or maybe you're trying to date someone, or maybe you're trying to impress somebody. Bad breath can ruin it all. And a coated tongue usually causes bad breath. So, here's how you fix it. You just want to take 5 seconds each morning to scrape your tongue. And you can use any type of tongue scraper. You can buy them online or at your local pharmacy. Here's how you do it. You simply open your mouth wide, stick the tongue scraper at the back of your tongue, and scrape it from left to right. Be gentle. It shouldn't be painful, but you want to scrape off all that white stuff that's on the back of your tongue. You want to do this at least once a day, but ideally twice a day. Doing this one simple habit can make a big difference in your overall health. A recent study showed that those who scraped their tongue daily were less likely to suffer from chronic bronchitis, which is a condition where you have a long-term cough and inflammation of the bronchial tubes. In fact, it can lead to serious lung conditions like COPD or even lung cancer. Now, I don't want to scare you, but what I want to do is motivate you to take action because there are so many benefits to scraping your tongue, including lowering your risk of getting lung cancer. And yes, the shape of your tongue actually has a profound impact on your health. I mean, think about it. The inside of your mouth is directly connected to your throat and your airway. So whatever is growing on your tongue can easily travel into your throat and affect your entire respiratory system. In fact, studies found that those with chronic bronchitis had a higher risk of developing stomach ulcers due to an H. pylori infection. The problem is that when you have a coated tongue, you increase the risk of having an overgrowth of bacteria. And the more bacteria you have, the more toxins you're exposed to. But here's the worst part. That white coating on your tongue contains a large amount of dead cells. And if you don't scrape it off, it's going to build up and harden over time. It's going to be difficult to remove, and you may even end up with tonsillitis. Now, you may have tried everything to treat your bad breath, but if you haven't cleaned your tongue, you're missing the boat. One study found that 50 to 70% of bad breath cases were caused by an overgrowth of bacteria on the tongue. So if you're struggling with bad breath, make sure you clean your tongue. Also, I want to mention that a coated tongue can cause more serious problems like gastroesophageal reflux disease, also known as GERD. In fact, a coated tongue is a strong predictor of GERD, which can lead to a precancerous condition called Barrett's esophagus. So please take this warning seriously. If you have a coated tongue, you should definitely scrape it. Otherwise, you'll continue to swallow toxins that can irritate your esophagus and over time lead to inflammation, heartburn, and even cancer. So don't wait until you develop a serious disease. Start taking care of your body now by cleaning your tongue daily. There are many benefits to scraping your tongue, including preventing cavities, keeping your teeth nice and white, preventing gum disease, reducing plaque, improving taste and digestion, lowering your risk of diabetes, reducing the risk of Alzheimer's disease, and even helping you live longer. You see, ancient cultures like the Egyptians practiced the art of tongue scraping. They understood that removing the old dead cells on the tongue allowed for new cells to grow and thrive. This kept the tongue healthy and prevented the growth of harmful bacteria. In fact, many Ayurvedic practitioners believe that tongue scraping is an essential part of maintaining good oral hygiene and overall health. By scraping the tongue, you stimulate blood flow, promote better digestion, improve your sense of taste, and help detoxify harmful toxins. The next benefit to scraping your tongue is that it reduces inflammation. Chronic inflammation is at the root of almost all diseases. And did you know that the tongue is one of the first places where you can see inflammation? If you have a coated tongue, it's a sign that your body is inflamed. This means that your immune system is constantly being attacked by outside invaders like bacteria and viruses. Over time, this inflammation can spread throughout your body and lead to disease. However, by scraping your tongue daily, you can reduce inflammation and keep your immune system strong. The next benefit to scraping your tongue is that it helps lower your risk of cancer. As mentioned earlier, chronic inflammation can lead to cancer. So by scraping your tongue, you can reduce inflammation and keep your risk of cancer low. In addition, a coated tongue can indicate an imbalance in the microbiome, which can lead to an increased risk of certain types of cancer. By restoring balance to the microbiome, you can lower your risk and keep yourself healthy. Now, if you're not convinced yet, let me tell you about the next benefit. Scraping your tongue can help prevent bad breath. We've all had that awkward moment when we're trying to have a conversation with someone who has bad breath. It's not only unpleasant, but it can also be embarrassing. Bad breath is caused by an overgrowth of bacteria in the mouth, which produces volatile sulfur compounds that cause that bad smell. By scraping your tongue, you can remove the bacteria and prevent bad breath. Next, let's talk about the benefits of scraping your tongue for weight loss. Believe it or not, the health of your tongue can have a profound impact on your ability to lose weight. When you have a coated tongue, it's a sign that your digestive system is not functioning properly. This can lead to bloating, constipation, and other digestive issues that can make it more difficult to lose weight. However, by scraping your tongue, you can improve digestion and help your body absorb nutrients more efficiently. This can lead to a more toned and slim physique. And finally, let's talk about the benefits of scraping your tongue for men's health. Men's health is a critical issue that affects millions of people around the world. It encompasses a wide range of physical, mental, and emotional well-being concerns that are unique to men. One of the ways that you can support your overall men's health is by scraping your tongue. By doing so, you can improve circulation, boost the immune system, and reduce stress, all of which are essential for optimal men's health. Additionally, scraping your tongue can help detect potential health issues early on, such as oral cancer or vitamin deficiencies, which are more common in men than in women. So don't forget, take just 5 seconds each morning to scrape your tongue and reap the incredible benefits for your overall health and well-being. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hey, before you go, if you're benefiting from any of this content, I would love to hear about your success story.